If you've never seen a circus show at Frenchwoods, it'll blow your mind.
The circus program is probably the best circus program you'll find anywhere.
Well, I think all the different acts are like really good, especially because they're done by children.
We've got kids here who are 7, all the way up to 20s, who really can participate in serious circus acts.
This is just a circus for like younger people who've never done circus before.
You can do things that are completely amazing that you never thought you'd be able to do.
What these kids can achieve in such a short space of time is mighty impressive. Alyssa came to us with a lot of previous training.
My mom kind of owns a circus school, so I do trapeze, silk, straps, unicycle, and the hula hoops. But we have a bunch of other stuff. That's just what I do as my acts.
So Mike gave her to me as a challenge and said, can you teach us something she hasn't done before?
I'm doing a double act with Hermione. It's kind of like an acrobatic act with 2 people. So I kind of go on top of her and she balances me. And then we do flips and stuff like that.
She trusted me completely, and anything I asked her to do, she'd just do it.
You have to have a lot of trust, and if you don't have a lot of trust, that's the really challenging part.
Oh, I thought you were going to recover. Is that 4? Yeah. I'll push up. Everyone, try it. 2. Head up, head up. 3.
She's torturing me.
Do handstands for you, I tried to do headstands for you. Every time I fell on you, yeah, every time I fell, I tried to do handstands for you, but every time I fell for you, I'm permanently black and blue, permanently blue.
Well, the problem I was having is because I was being very tense in my arms, which was making me lose balance. I was keeping my shoulders up like that, which is not what I was supposed to do. And so then I adjusted them to down low and my stomach tucked in.
Yeah, well done. Yeah.
In essence, it's the flying trapeze rig on a smaller scale. We go through a lot of the technique and stuff on the floor and static without swinging before we actually start swinging them around.
Well, low cast is really fun, but it's really hard.
It has its own difficulties though. Everybody thinks, oh, it's smaller, so it must be easier. Everything happens a hell of a lot faster on the low cast. You're trying to learn these tricks and everything's happening so fast, and suddenly you've got a catcher right in front of you and people are yelling at you to hup. I don't know where that word evolved from, but it's a circus tradition.
There's tricks that you can do on it, and some of the tricks are really hard to do.
There was some big tricks going on.
Well, everybody else has 1, I have 2. My trick is the reverse knee hang. You put your right hand like that, and when you start out, and when they're buckling you in, you have to turn around the other way and then turn around the right way.
And then right after that, when she got that, we had her put her knees up.
And when I have to catch, I'm facing the opposite way that you're supposed to. It feels like my legs right here are gonna rip apart.
It's also not so much about pushing as feeling the rhythm of the swing and really letting it carry you into what you're doing. So it's a lot of waiting, it's a lot of trusting.
Well, it's hard, but sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. You have to actually really pay attention to what you're doing, or you won't really do it.
Instead of pushing off the bar, you're trying to just go, Jason, grab me, grab me, grab me. It's not gonna work. If we show them that we really care about them and that we really want them to do well and that we have high expectations of them, they all meet the expectations. So when we set the bar high, they meet it every single time, and sometimes they exceed it.
I'm doing the hammock, and it's kind of like a real hammock, but it's like big red thing, and it's like a big U.
It's not like a trapeze where you have a solid bar to sit on. It's fabric, so it's really floppy.
Some of the tricks are easy, and some of the tricks are really hard. Like the ones where you have to like tie yourself into it and like flip over. Yeah, they tell you what to do. Like if you follow their directions, it's a lot of fun. But if you don't follow the directions, you can get hurt and fall. And yeah. Because I've never really done hammock like in front of people, so it will be my first time doing it like in a show.
Reach up high.
That one's tricky because it's so wobbly, because you've spread out your arms and legs, so you're not really balancing on any centre point at all. And as I said, the hammock's so wobbly, it's really easy to bend forwards and backwards and fall over all over the place. And also to get into it, you have to pull up all your weight on your arms before you can push your legs out, which a lot of the kids find a little harder to do.
You just have to like do a lot of conditioning with your arms and stuff, because you have to have a lot of arm strength to actually pull yourself up.
And they learn discipline, such as even if it hurts or if they're aching, you still have to push through it and keep working hard.
They don't think it's possible, but if somebody tells them they can do it, they'll try it. And I think that's the mentality that we build up in the circus, which is awesome.
Under pressure. Pressure.
First session, it's a kick to the circus. We want to kind of show them something they've never seen before. So we decided we were going to open the show with this big spectacle act of stuff that a lot of the kids haven't seen before.
I watched this guy, Damien Walters, do these phenomenal things. And you know, I grew up watching Batman and Spider-Man, guys that could do these superhuman things. So I thought, you know what? We're gonna try something.
And so we took 3 guys who we thought were capable of doing it,
and just throw a curveball at them and see what happened.
They all had different skills, which was cool, and we used each of them. John Marco is much more of a tumbler. Javon is more flexible, and Patrick's more strength. We decided we were going to try some tumbling, some wall flips.
Kind of a specialty act. It's a combination, I guess, of parkour.
We're just playing around doing flips and working on the rope and the new act, which is the cube. And so we're just doing a bunch of everything and putting it into one.
Mike knew that if he kind of put us together, we'd be this force to be reckoned with, and just go at it, and so have a lot of fun.
I know you guys have got some explosive strength, so let's see it, let's put it to work. Height going up, and then pull it in.
Patrick had different strengths than the other 2 boys. He'd done probably more aerial acts with us, so when we got to the rope work, he was ahead of the game.
I feel like I can kind of get into easier. The rope is, you know, climbing up the rope and raveling yourself in and kind of doing tricks and poses off of it.
Everything's involved in the rope. Basically, we're playing tug of war with the ceiling up there, and the ceiling seems to be winning because the rope, you just have to pull yourself up, and we just have to make it look really cool and make it like look graceful and everything, and that's a bit challenging. And if I'm given a challenge, I'm gonna try to succeed, and if I fail, I'll just keep doing it. Running up the wall.
And you kind of run yourself at the wall, and then you push off of it, and then you do a backflip off of that, and then you keep on going.
Basically, the wall is the floor for us, and everything that we can do on the floor, we can do on the wall.
Oh my goodness! And you got to remember, it was new to all of us, so we were flying blind, so to speak.
Patrick, I mean, out of all the students that I've worked with in the circus, I mean, he's got such dedication to what he does. I mean, he'll try anything. Tumbling is out of his element. That's not something that he normally does. And at first, he wasn't sure what he was doing. He kind of wasn't aerial aware at all.
Patrick's really hard on himself. His competitive streak sometimes gets the better of him, and he starts to compare himself to the others. He would look at what they were doing and not what he had to do to get there. And so he just keeps throwing himself at it and throwing himself at it rather than slowing it down and breaking it down.
The only way you're going to bring that over safely is to get the torque, get the spin, and that's going to come from your knee.
So right now, let's just do jumps off the wall and find the right place where you're getting enough height to get the tuck.
For me, it was just getting that confidence of just knowing if you really kind of throw yourself into it and kind of see yourself doing it, you know, successfully, that's the toughest stuff.
There you go. Progress, there you go.
Well, nervous, not so much nervous, but excited, psyched for it.
I feel excited because it's like, because you got to see, people got to see what you can do and what you're capable of doing.
Well, it's just fun because it's like you just get to show off everything you've been working on. Oh yeah, very excited because my parents are gonna get to watch me.
Not nervous, but anxious to go at it.
But the kids invariably pull it off. They bring so much energy to it, and it's hard not to be carried away by the sheer scale and the spectacle that you're going to see.
We would now like to give you the eye circus. Embrace your inner freedom.
and fun and challenging and fun.
It's hard work. Circus is hard work. If everything was easy, then there's no challenge. And without challenge, you don't thrive.
You find this incredible place that offers you so many different things that you would never get to do anywhere else.
This is because French Woods is so cool, and there's like so many things to do, and everyone's really nice here.
More than anything, the Frenchwood Circus is about teaching a kid to do something they never thought they would be able to do. That makes them so proud and so confident in themselves, and it just gives them this idea that they can really achieve whatever they want to achieve with the proper guidance.